Welcome to It's Upgrade Season, the only place to get raw and unfiltered advice on how to get your shit together 1 week at a time. I'm your host, Alexandria, and join me every Monday for the upgrade and every Friday for the wind down, where I'm going to be answering your dilemmas. Small shifts, huge upgrades. Let's fucking do this. Hello and welcome back to It's Upgrade Season, the place to be when you want to get your shit together and manifest your ultimate reality. And I have such a juicy episode for you today. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty jacked up. I have had a matcha, and let me tell you something, I cannot handle caffeine. Like I just can't. Coffee is an absolute no-go. Matcha, borderline, okay? But I've had a matcha and I am feeling, if I'm talking fast, this is why, okay? And not just any matcha. So there's this Valentine's Day matcha that I am obsessed with, and it has strawberry syrup in, and it's made with oat milk, and it is fucking delicious. You know when something's so good, you wish you hadn't discovered it because it's actually not that good for you. I feel like that was this matcha, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I went today. I had the best basic bitch morning. I went and got a blow dry. I had my iced matcha with my oat milk. I'm on the oat milk at the moment as well, which is probably giving me some kind of sugar glucose spike. I know oat milk isn't the one anymore, but I'm currently off dairy. I'll go into that in today's episode and why. Although honestly, I don't really like dairy in my matcha. But anyway, this is turning into an episode about matcha. Point being, I've had some caffeine. I am ready. I am raring to go. I have an amazing episode for you today. It's all about how to upgrade your 2024. I'm going to be talking about what's hot, what's not. I'm going to get really super specific as well with tips and habits that you can implement to upgrade your own 2024. And I want to hear from you guys as well. Like, what's resonating? What are you like, Alex, this is just a no from me. I want to hear what's in for you, what's out this year. So make sure to send me a DM on Instagram. Slide into my DMs. I love a DM. If you're not already, get on the broadcast channel as well. We have all the kind of behind the scenes chat on there. This is the kind of stuff that we're going into all the time. And if you haven't already, press pause, head to wherever you are listening to this and leave a review, because not only is that good karma, you are going to get rewarded straight away, because I'm going to be giving you my Design Your Soul Yes Life course for free. And the testimonials we have on this, like, girls have literally written me letters, like full letters being like, this has changed my entire life, and we're giving it for free. So hit pause, go leave a review, and then start this episode up, because it's going to be such a good one. So let's begin with what's hot. And I'm going to make myself sound so uncool here, but I'm here for it. I'm going to start with books. Books are what's hot for 2024, and I mean a lot of books. So I have always been an avid reader. I think books are such an incredible way to expand your mind, expand the realization of what's possible for you, to shift ways of thinking. I am a big bookworm, but when I was pregnant, I couldn't read for shit. Like, looking at words on a page made me so nauseous. And then I kind of got back into reading again, and then I had a baby. And if you're managing to read with a newborn, like, hats off to you. I just could not work out how to do that. I was asking when I could take a shower, and I don't mean that in a negative way, because I was in a blissful bubble, but I wasn't reading books. You hear about these mums who are like binging box sets, they're like reading all. That was not me, okay? I was just trying to work out when I could shower and brush my teeth. He was like feeding every other hour. Books weren't happening. But now he's 11 months old, books are very much back on the agenda, and I have made a huge commitment to myself to read. I just feel better when I'm reading. I feel expanded, I feel excited, I get so inspired, but also it chills me the fuck out. Like, watching a Netflix like murder documentary last thing at night, I'm jacked up. Like, I am not feeling relaxed. I am not feeling like I'm about to have a blissful sleep. I'm going to be jumpy as fuck in bed, and I'm going to be prodding my husband every 2 minutes asking, did you lock the front door? And then when he's just nodding off and he just starts to snore, I'll prod him again. Did you lock the back door? And then the poor guy is probably going to get woken up a third time. And I'm like, I heard something on the nanette. Someone is trying to steal our son. Like, this is what, okay, I'm actually going to share something with you. So I can't believe I'm confessing this. This is how bad I will get. We had this weird scare in our neighborhood the other day, and our neighborhood is like Pleasantville. It's so wholesome. Everyone looks out for each other. We're like friends with the neighbors. All our friends live there. It's fucking great. There was a scam in the neighborhood. And these kids were knocking on doors. They were asking for money. They were saying all this weird shit. People were freaked. And our neighborhood Facebook group, yes, we have a Facebook group, was popping off. Let me tell you, I was so jumpy that night. I slept on the floor of Leo's room. Like a psychopath. I slept on the floor of Leo's room. I was so jumpy. So you can tell why watching a Netflix documentary at night about a murderer, it's not working for me. Anyway, point being, I read a book before bed. I feel like expanded. I feel relaxed. It just feels so chill. And when I was actually journaling on recently what success is to me and what a rich and abundant life is to me, honestly, so much of it came down to I have time and space to read books. I love reading books. So more books are in for 2024, and I wanted to get even more specific. So here's what I'm reading right now. There's a list. I like to have multiple books on the go at the same time. And I know this might be controversial. I feel like some people are like, I'm a one book girl. I'm committing to it until it's done. I used to be that way. But now I feel like I need to honor my multiple personalities. And sometimes I want a little bit of this. Sometimes I want a little bit of that. Sometimes I want to be activated. Sometimes I want to be more relaxed. So depending on my mood is which book I'll dip into. So here's what I'm reading at the moment. In fact, I'm going to start with the book that I just finished, which was The Last Arrow by Erwin McManus, I think it might be. Oh my God, that book changed my life. And if you haven't read it, go and download it right now. We'll put links in the show notes as well. We'll make this stuff easy for you. Not least because I will probably mess up half the titles. That book, wow. It's all about leaving nothing for the next life, really going at it, just like living life fucking full out. I lap up that shit. Like as soon as I read it, even when I was reading it, I was saying to my husband, Jake, I was like, you got to read this. I sent a message to our like group WhatsApp with all our friends. And I was like, guys, get on this book. So I'm telling you now, read this book. It will change the trajectory of your 2024. What else am I reading? I'm reading Fuck Like a Goddess. I should have written who wrote these down in my notes, but I didn't. Alexandra, I want to say someone. I'm not that far into that one yet, but so far I like it. Becoming Future You. I really like this book at the moment. It's, you know, those books that basically share what you've been thinking, but they word it so much better. That book feels a lot like this for me. And what I really love so far from it is that it talks a lot about really reflecting on your life as if you're like 10 years ahead, as if you're already future you, and just becoming deeply present and grateful for those moments. And that's something I found myself doing a lot since having a baby. Like I will just be with Leo and he will be throwing food around the kitchen and I'm just looking at him like, bless, I love you so much. You are so precious. This is such an amazing moment. It'd be so easy to freak out and lose my mind. And instead, I am in this deep state of gratitude whilst he just like flings avocado around the kitchen. So I'm really liking that book. Marie Kondo. Oh my God. All hail Marie Kondo. What a queen. What a queen. In fact, I'm going to put this manifestation out there. This is a big one. I want Marie Kondo on this podcast one day. Marie, if you're listening, she's not listening. Spoiler alert, she's not listening yet. But I want Marie Kondo on the podcast because that woman changed my life. Tidying up changed my life. But I'm reading one of her latest ones and a lot of it is repeating some of the stuff I already know, but it feels really good to get that refresher, especially because the tail end of 2023, 2024, I felt a lot of fresh energy coming in. As a Capricorn, we like ended this whole cycle of suffering as well. Praise be. And it just felt like it was time for a clear out. I've spoken about this on the podcast. My identity was shifting and it was clear out season. So it feels really good to be dipping back into that. And Marie Kondo is a secret manifestation queen. Let me tell you, she is working with energy like a boss. She is clearing energy, she is creating space, but she's also really teaching you through tidying how to embody future you, how to create an environment that supports future you, and really tap into what do you want from your life. And that's really where my whole journey started with this. I had this nervous breakdown at work, and my life was in tatters, literally. And one of the first things I did was read Marie Kondo, and I just cleared so much out of my life. I cleared up so much, and I started to shift my environment in line with the life that I actually wanted to live. And things just started to rapidly fall into place. I feel like that could be a whole podcast episode in itself. If you want to hear about my whole nervy bee and how I left the corporate world, send me a DM. I'm happy to go into that. But yeah, I feel like it needs space. And then I'm also reading The Power of Mess. Now, I picked up this book thinking this is going to help me embrace untidiness. Yes, I know there's duality. I'm reading a book and tidying up, and at the same time, I'm reading The Power of Mess. But look, when you have a kid, just the level of organization, it dips slightly. And I am organized. I have Virgo in my chart. I am a Capricorn. I like organization. I'm a projector. Environments matter to me. Anyway, I was like, maybe this will just chill me out a little bit, zhuzh me up to mess. Actually, the book is so much deeper than I could ever expected. And it's so beautifully written. But really, the message is all about the magic, the healing, the expansion that we are seeking is in the very things that we're avoiding, is in our mess. Those things where we want to lean out, if we can lean in, if we can use those as vehicles for expansion and transformation, there's real potent magic in there. So highly recommend that book. I am absolutely loving it. Okay, next, what's hot for 2024? A soothed, calm nervous system. I've already told you of how I was sleeping on the floor of my son's nursery. And I have definitely noticed after the whole traumatic pregnancy that I told you guys about, after the whole traumatic labor, I was storing a lot in my body. And real talk, I still am. I am still definitely processing some of that out of my body. I feel like my mind's pretty calm. Body is a whole different story. So little things that I've noticed that might be signs for you as well, that maybe this is something that you get to work on. I was at a barbecue beef convention at the weekend. Now, God bless me, because last year it was Jake's birthday and I was 9 months pregnant. And I wanted to give him an amazing birthday. It had been an intense pregnancy. And I was like, this man has been a fucking saint. Like, he deserves a standout birthday. And Jake likes tacos and Jake likes whiskey. So feeling nauseous and hating most food with any flavor, I went on a taco tour. But that's not the best part. I went to a whiskey tasting 9 months pregnant. And before you come at me, no, I was obviously not drinking the whiskey, but I went on that tour. Even if I was drinking, I don't actually like whiskey. I wish I did. I feel like it's quite cool, girl. The aesthetic, like nice crystal tumbler, big rock of ice, swirling that shit around. I feel like it's quite a cool girl aesthetic. I'm not a cool girl. So even if I was drinking, I wouldn't have drank the whiskey. But that was last year. Okay. 11 out of 10 wife points, I hear you say, and I'm with you. This year, I went to a beef convention run by the Texas Beef Council. If that doesn't say your girl moved to Austin, I don't know what does, okay? And this thing wasn't just a cooking class. This thing was like a 5-hour seminar. We had an agenda. It was legit, okay? So anyway, the reason I'm telling you about this is so off topic, but I'm going to go there. So I did this barbecue beef. Do you know what? It was actually fucking amazing. The passion that these guys had about beef was next level. And there was like barbecue influencers there. There's a whole barbecue scene I did not know existed. But whilst we're there, there's this crazy thunderstorm and I see this flash of lightning and I'm like, oh, the weather's been crazy. It's obviously just the storm. But the next minute, there is this crash of thunder. And when you literally jump out of your skin and everyone stares at you, that is what I did. Like, I am like, bah! Like, jumped out my seat. Everyone's like, what the fuck is wrong with this girl? I already looked out of place. And it was just another sign to me and another reminder. I get to do a lot more work on my nervous system. I get to do a lot more work on just releasing the energy that is trapped in my body and just calming down my system. So that is really hot for me this year. I've already been doing some breath work on it. I'm always open to trying anything. Like, I have done some mad shit in my life. I have done pussy gazing. I have, like, literally with a mirror. I obviously have gone and done ayahuasca and things like that. Like, I'm pretty open to new methodologies, new things. So, like, if there's something you recommend, send me a DM. I'm open to trying it. But what I'm enjoying so far is breath work. I feel like breath work is one of those things where I love it and I hate it. And I'm going to be honest, I love it and I hate it. It is so deeply transformational. It's so potent. It's so powerful. I had the most amazing downloads and I find it hard work. I feel like it's when you're getting into that breath, it's a real slog. But I did some amazing breath work with a previous client, shout out Danen, she is an absolute angel. And I also did some rebirthing breath work with Amy Rushworth, which I found really, really beautiful. So I'm going to continue doing some breath work practices. And I also got a program from the Workout Witch. And I love it because it's simple. It's just like every day, 5 to 10 minutes, super calming movement, and I'm really enjoying that as well. So I'll keep you guys posted on how those work. But like I say, I'm open to suggestions. If you guys have something that you're like, Alex, you have to try this, send me a message. I want to hear about it. I want to try it. I want to take you guys with me. Okay, what else is in? What is hot for 2024? Wholesome vibes, babe. I am entering my wholesome era. I thought suburbia was where dreams went to die, and I am living my best life. Now, what is wholesome vibes for me? Okay, first of all, baking. I have always loved baking, and I am reigniting that skill. I don't know whether this is embarrassing or a good story, but I did work experience at ITV when I was at uni, so maybe like 19. And I thought I might want to get into TV, and I got this amazing work experience thing. ITV, for anyone who isn't based in the UK, is a TV production company. And I thought I nailed my work experience. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I am an A, what do they call it? Like an A team player, an A player, A type A? I don't know. I fucking go at things basically. So I thought I'd done pretty well. Some of my ideas actually got sent to the like commissioning board or whatever it is to decide whether they become actual TV shows, which I thought was pretty fucking cool. Anyway, I get to the end of this work experience and I bake cakes to say thank you. So I made these little cupcakes. I did like a little jam insert. I did gorgeous vanilla buttercream on top. And then I put these mini jammy dodgers because they were kind of like jammy dodger flavored cupcakes. Okay, I realized I need to translate a jammy dodger too. A jammy dodger is a biscuit, which is a cookie in American. I know it's going to be confusing whether you're English or American at this point. I feel like I'm constantly translating. And it's like 2 cookies and in the middle there's jam. And it's fucking delicious. It's great. So I put these mini jammy dodgers on top and made these cupcakes. Anyway, I take them in on my last day of this work experience that I feel like I've nailed. And they're like, these are fucking amazing. They were like, scrap TV, you should open a bakery. And it was kind of a compliment and kind of a dream crusher at the same time. So here we are. I'm re-embracing the baking. What have I been baking recently? So I've made it a thing that for every friend's birthday, I am baking a cake. So it was my friend Natalie's birthday. I made her orange cupcakes because I know she loves a hot chocolate with like orange in. So chocolate orange cupcakes. Then it was my friend Mel's birthday. She loves a lemon cake. So I made her a lemon sponge with lemon buttercream. My dog Coco ate half the cake and it was the most fucking gutting thing you've ever seen. Literally ever. It was this cute love heart shape. I had to like lob off the bottom half. It was gutting. It was just Jake's birthday and I made him a banana peanut butter caramelized pretzel thing, which everyone said was the best cake they'd ever tried. So I feel like that was a good one. I had a sprinkles cake for my birthday because I'm obsessed with sprinkles, but I made it. And today I have just made, we're doing like a little Galentine's dinner tonight, and I made vegan because I'm off the dairy and I'm off the eggs, which I will get into in today's episode. And I made these vegan chocolate cupcakes with peanut butter frosting, and oh my God, they are so fucking good. Like, I can't tell you. So we're well and truly in our baking era again. Let me know if you ever want recipes for this stuff, because I would be so happy. It's one of those things where I'm like, I don't think anyone wants this, but I would love to share it. So, let me know. Wholesome vibes, cozy evenings. I love going to bed at 8 o'clock. I love going to bed. I get in bed. I put my book on. I have my little Casper light, which slowly dims as the evening goes on. I am happy as fuck in bed. If you ask me to leave the house post 7 p.m., I am panicking. I am panicking on the inside because I am not getting to bed at 8 p.m. My child wakes up at 5 a.m. without fail, okay? Like, I need that 8 p.m. bedtime. I read, I'm asleep by 9:30. Heaven. 21-year-old me is dying on the inside. She was out 5 nights a week and she's like, what are you talking about? But honestly, I feel so good. I feel so good for it. And long baths. I love a bath. It is like, having a bath is the equivalent of a glass of wine. You know that feeling where you just like, that first glass, it has to be like a red or something, I feel like, and you just have that sip and like your whole body relaxes and you're like, okay, you don't need the wine, have a bath. We're gonna put some Epsom salts in there, maybe some magnesium. We are gonna put some Aromatherapy Associates bath oil in. Oh my God, talk dirty to me. This is just the most relaxing way to wind down. So long baths, wholesome vibes. This is in for 2024. Date nights. I feel like, again, this is probably in contrast to what I said. Date night is the exception to 8 p.m. bedtime. And this was something, when my friend Mel got married, she did this amazing thing where she had all the couples share their tips to keep like a happy marriage. And one of the suggestions was have a weekly date night. And I know you're going to think weekly sounds like a lot. And that was my response too. But oh my God, like the way that it just fills me up having that weekly date night with Jake is just unbelievable. Like, we get to connect just as us two rather than as parents. I get to feel young and fun and flirty, and we get to really go and just dive into whatever's coming up for us. It is so much fun, and we've been having so much fun as well, like finding different things to do as well. So our first date night, we went to the Proper and had drinks because we were just like happy to be out the house. But we've been doing fun things since then. So we've done like a cooking class together. We've been looking at doing maybe some like little arts and craftsy evenings. It's really, really fun. So weekly date nights, that shit will revive your relationship like you cannot believe. Not that our relationship really needed reviving, but like we were definitely deep in parent mode. And it just feels so good, so good. So weekly date nights are hot for 2024. Up next in hot for 2024, property empires, okay? So this doesn't, I feel, have to be property, but I definitely think it is hot having investments and diversifying your cash flows, diversifying your portfolio. So I have been in, I guess, the coaching industry, education industry for like 3 or 4 years. And that is a very cash heavy industry. And it's so interesting because my husband Jake is in the VC world. He built a business. He now has a VC investment fund. Please don't ask me what they do exactly. But I kind of know. It's all about sustainability. But anyway, it's just been very different business models. So my business model would bring in high amounts of cash. His business model was like lower on the cash, but you like build and build and build till you sell, and then you get this big chunk of cash. And I feel like I'm really grateful for this experience of having both, because I've really recognized that having these high cash businesses are great, but what are you doing with that cash? You know, where are you putting that cash? Where are you spending it? And I'm definitely feeling a lot more adulting right now in terms of being really mindful where that cash is going and how can I build for my future? How can I build for my son? How can I create more passive revenue streams as well? And how can I put that in assets which are gonna appreciate? This is I feel like Shannon Ford always says this. This is not a finance podcast. So, but how they're gonna go up in value, basically. And property is something that's in my family. I grew up seeing my mum do student houses, my uncle's in property. I just feel like I've always been around that. I fucking love houses. Like Architectural Digest, like I love that shit. So we're looking at more properties. We've bought our first two reno properties. So we've got one here in Austin. I've been kind of doing some little behind the scenes over on Instagram on that. And we've actually bought one as well in St. Louis, which we've never seen before. Are we mental? I don't know, maybe, perhaps. But I'm really enjoying the adventure. It feels so good to be a beginner as well. It feels so good to not know what I'm doing. And if you haven't been a beginner recently, that's an upgrade for 2024. Learn how to do something new. It is so good for us to just expand and explore and to be in that position of learning how to do something new, bringing in new skills, bringing in your existing skills whilst you learn those new skills. I'm just really enjoying the adventure of it. It's been a really fun kind of journey that we're going on. And I love that I'm doing it with Jake as well. It feels really good that we have this shared business baby together. So on that point, hot for 2024 is multiple businesses. Do you know what? I had it in my head that focusing on one business was like the sensible thing to do or the thing that you should do. But 2024, I'm like, fuck it. It is mogul season, baby. We are starting multiple businesses. We are getting at it. We are learning new skills. We are diversifying our income flows. And I am fucking loving it. I have so many ideas for businesses and I've been sitting on them for years being like, oh no, I'll do it then. I'll do it then. No more. Like I am getting started. Like I said, I've already started the property business with Jake. I have a couple other ideas in the pipeline. Some are physical, some are product-based, and I'm so fucking excited. It's so nice to be able to flex that creativity, explore new ways of doing things. So yeah, multiple businesses are hot. It's in. I'm calling it. It's mogul season. We're excited. Next upgrade, next thing that we are focusing on in 2024 is 15-step skincare regimes. Now, I hear you. Most people are like, how can I make my skincare regime simple? Not me. I'm like, give me the serums. Give me more layers. Give me that funky little tool that costs $400 and I'm not exactly sure how to use it, but I will work it out. I realized when I was pregnant, you cannot have Botox. Now, that might be very obvious to you, but I did not know these things. This was news to me. This was sad news for me. And it was also such a wake-up call because honestly, I think I'd been getting a bit lazy about looking after my skin. Because let's face it, a little bit of baby Botox, you're glowing. Like your skin's smooth, you know, those frown lines are just all wrinkled out. I think I'd got lazy. And then I'm pregnant, I can't use half the stuff. And also my skin went to shit when I was pregnant. Like I had acne in the first trimester. I had the worst melasma. I looked like I had a tash for 10 months. And it wasn't even just 10 months because it stayed afterwards. Like I still have this dark shadow on my top lip from the melasma. So I'm really grateful because it got me to really get my shit together when it came to skincare. And I am all for adding more layers into that regime. So I'm going to talk you through my current regime. At the moment, I am obsessed with SkinCeuticals. It's like really potent, powerful stuff. But I think it's pretty natural and pretty clean. I have a friend who's like only uses clean stuff and she uses it. So I'm going to trust on that. But yeah, do your own research. So I'm using vitamin C in the morning. There's two different ones that I've tried. They have two different ones. I'm using vitamin C serum. Obviously, I'm cleansing morning and evening, double cleanse in the evening. Cleanser, I was loving a Dermalogica one. It was like an active clay cleanser. That felt really good. I then tried a different one. I won't shit talk the brand, but like I didn't like it. So I'm on the hunt. If you have a good cleanser, send me a DM. But we're using that. In the morning, we're cleansing, we're using the vitamin C, we're using the deep crease serum from Perricone, which is just so good. Like it literally fills in your wrinkles right before your eyes. It's so great. We're also using B5 serum, that's SkinCeuticals again. And then I'm using Murad moisturizer. They have this amazing like moisturizer that's like so light, it's not heavy on your skin, but super moisturizing. So I'm loving that. And then in the evening, I'm using the SkinCeuticals again. They have a salicylic, I don't know how you say it, but it's some kind of acid, okay? Makes your skin so clean and clear. Also, I'm recording this. I have just had my first period in 11 months. My skin is not looking hot, but God bless hormones in your first period. That's what that is. But anyway, I'm using the salicylic acid, however you say it. And then I am using the deep crease serum again. And then there's a Perricone moisturizer, which is amazing, which I'm using in the evening. And then I'm also using my red light. I got a red light mask from Current Body. It is amazing. I actually discovered how good red light is for your skin by accident. So when I had the nerve damage post labor, I was going and doing red light 3 times a week to help with the nerve repairing. And I noticed my skin was looking so good. And they have these amazing graphs that literally show your collagen starts to decline, and red light really helps support it. So I've got the mask. We've actually gone ham on this. We have this whole like 4-panel red light situation going on at home, which I'm fucking buzzing about. So more red light on the skin. My friend Natalie just got me this like micro needling thing, which I'm very much into. So I've started micro needling. There's so many layers. There's so many layers. What I'll do actually is when this episode comes out, I will do a little link on my stories with all the products that I'm talking about. Maybe I'll drop it in the show notes as well. If you want the 15-step skincare regime, I'm not messing around with it. It's fucking great. And I have trialed stuff. So 15-step skincare regimes, I'm in. I'm here for it. I don't want it more simple. Give me more serums. I am willing to spend my pennies, my cents on serums. Give me them all. Up next, what's hot? Capsule wardrobes. So here's where I'm at. I like a little bit of Steve Jobs in my life, because there's this thing where he got up and he wore the same shit every single day. And do you know what? That just appeals to me right now. I want to know that I have like good quality, simple basics that I can put on, comfortable, look smart, feel good. I'm just at that stage of my life. I do not want to be looking at my wardrobe in the morning trying to work out what the fuck I am wearing. Like, I have other shit to waste my brain cells on than that. So I'm really into the Skims. I'm wearing one now, actually, if you're watching this. But the Skims tops, oh my God, they are so good. They're so soft. They're so comfortable. I feel kind of put together in them, even though they're really basic. Please don't send me your dupes, okay? I know this is not going to be a popular opinion. I don't like a dupe. I don't want the Amazon dupe. I don't want the Aldi copycat. I want the real deal. I want the real shit. When I buy a dupe, I feel like I've been duped. I feel like I have been tricked out of something. I feel like I have been gifted a perfume and it turns out it was fucking fake, okay? I don't want the dupe. I want the real deal, okay? So it's not an Amazon dupe. It's the Skims. I like it. Take my money. I am here for it, okay? Kim K, you're crushing. But I'm loving the Skims. Really loving Lululemon leggings, as always. Aloe, you can't go wrong. Aloe, all praise Aloe. So those are the kind of things that I'm having in my wardrobe so I can just put it on, feel good, feel comfortable, be good for the day. But you know what I'm also into is having this like put together look. Okay, when I say put together, I'm basically really fucking into having a blow dry and then wearing leisure wear. Okay. I don't know if this is an aesthetic. I'm not cool enough or young enough to be a TikTok girly, but is this already an aesthetic? Because if it's not, I think we should name it. I think there should be a whole aesthetic for basically wearing comfy as fuck loungewear, but then having the best fucking blow dry of your life. Maybe you got some nice jewelry on. Maybe you've even put some gentle makeup so you're looking glowing. I am here for this shit. I think this should be a whole aesthetic. And if it isn't one, we need to name it. I don't know. Maybe we could call it like bougie leisure wear. No, bougie leisure girl. I'm not good at this. Send me some suggestions. I think we need to coin this because I am here for it. the flip side to my capsule wardrobe, I've realized there's no in between for me. I'm either in like the comfiest, simple outfits, or I am dressed like a fucking disco ball, okay? I am wearing 6-inch stripper heels. I am wearing a short skirt. I am wearing sparkles, and I am going all out. There is just no in between. I have even started fake tanning again. And do you know what? I don't live in Miami anymore. I need a fake tan, and I feel great with a fake tan. So that's where we're at. Capsule wardrobes, and then every now and again, it looks like a disco ball has thrown up on me, and I fucking love it. What else is hot? Checklists. Oh God, you can tell I'm a Capricorn. Checklist. I am so into a checklist. Here's why I'm into a checklist. I have to remember a lot of shit. I am running a business. I have dreams and goals and aspirations I am moving towards. I am a mother. I am a wife. I am a friend. I have a house I have to run. I'm making myself sound like, I don't know, Downton Abbey. I'm running the household. I'm feeding myself good quality food that I'm cooking from fucking scratch. I need a checklist, okay? I don't want to be holding it all up here. I want a checklist. I want the satisfaction of taking my pen and scribbling that shit out when I have done it. I am so into the checklist. I've been sharing my favorite to-do list on my broadcast channel. So if you're not on it already, head over to Instagram, join my broadcast. It's like the best girls chat ever. But I dropped the link to the to-do list pads that I fucking adore. And what I like about them is they're simple. They are not asking me my affirmation for the day. They are not asking me how many glasses of water I have drunk, because let me tell you, it is never enough. It is never, ever enough. In fact, does anyone else do this? I am such a psychopath. I don't drink water all day. I barely drink anything unless Jake knocks on my office door and he's like, do you want a cup of tea? And then I will drink whatever he feeds me. I don't drink all day. And then it comes to bedtime. And oh my God, you cannot hold me back. I am drinking all the liquids I can find. I am filling that Stanley up. I am making a chamomile tea. I am making my magnesium water. Fuck it. I might even throw an electrolyte drink in there at that point. I am a fucking psycho drinking those drinks, knowing full well I am going to be up pissing the entire night. Okay? The entire night. I don't just drink in the day like a normal person. I'm some like weird nocturnal vampire liquid drinker in the evening. Please tell me I am not the only one that does this. Next up in what is hot for 2024, retreats. I am a retreat girly. I love a retreat, okay? Here's why I love a retreat as compared to a holiday. I like holidays too, let's face it. But a holiday, you tend to go away, you eat some good meals, you have a couple of drinks, I do not get to read books by the pool anymore, but in a previous life, I got to read books by the pool. You have a great time, but you come home and everything is the same. Like, your to-do list is still there. There's still shit you've got to do with. Like, you come back to the same place you were before you left. But a retreat, when you are on a retreat, not only do you have like a deeply restorative experience, you expand, you evolve, you transform. You do not come back from a retreat as the same person who went on a retreat. And that is what I fucking love. I love the evolution, the metamorphosis, as well as the deep replenishment and fulfillment that happens on a retreat. So, more retreats this year. What retreats am I going on? Well, I'm going on 2 retreats with Jake. We have one Valentine's weekend, which is a John Weiland, like, sacred sexuality couple thing. It's going to be horribly out of my comfort zone, and it's going to be fucking great. We have another one for a Tantra mastermind that we have joined. I'm making me and Jake sound so wild right now. I don't feel like this is an adequate representation of us. But we're going to go on, we've joined a Tantra mastermind and we're going to go on a retreat with that as well. And then I was going to actually go on a retreat whilst I'm in Ibiza, but I've decided instead to go back to London. I have some events that I want to run there. So I am currently looking out for another retreat. I think I really want to go on some kind of like feminine energetics one, maybe some kind of manifestation one. I always say this, I wish I could attend my own retreat. So if you know anyone who does a similar style retreat, please do let me know. Because literally everyone who comes on our retreats is like, that changed my fucking life. And the way that we structured them, it's such a beautiful flow. We take you on this incredible journey. The women who come are just fucking top notch, like the best fucking women. And everyone leaves our retreats being like, that changed my entire life. And it also changed my view of sisterhood. Like, I have made the most incredible friends. I've had so much fun. So I basically want to go on my own retreat, but like someone else run it. Okay. So there's that. We have our retreat coming up in May this year. It's going to be in Mallorca. When I'm recording this, we only have 2 spaces left. So who knows if there's any spaces left when I do record this, but we are doing a sneaky squirrel launch of another one as well. So send me a DM if you're looking for one, because we run some fucking great retreats. What else is hot in 2024? I'm going to end with this one. Fun. Okay. Fun is in. Have more fucking fun, okay? I realized that I kept going on these healing journeys the past couple of years, and they just felt heavy all the time, okay? And I am in this era now where I'm like, I get to grow, I get to expand, I get to heal, and it gets to be fun, okay? Work gets to be fun, life gets to be fun, my relationship gets to be fun, motherhood gets to be fun. Like, I am injecting fun into fucking everything, and let me tell you, just having that perspective switch, just having that lens through which you're seeing everything, it's like you have just like open your magnetism to fun, and more fun is flowing in. So I'm going to have the fucking time of my life in 2024. And I really invite you to do the same as well. So what is not hot in 2024? I'm going to go in. Okay. We are going to be fucking unfiltered when it comes to this. But the first one that is out, I put this on Instagram, and this one was probably the most controversial thing I've shared in a while. And I wasn't trying to be controversial, because I'll get into why in a moment. But what is not hot in 2024 is random Amazon orders. And I'm going to add to that random Instagram purchases. Guys, I am not afraid to admit, I have got to the point sometimes where shit is arriving and I don't even know what it is in the box, okay? I've got some kind of ordering Amazon amnesia. I have ordered something and I can't even remember what I fucking ordered by the time it arrives, okay? And this was a clear sign to me. This was a clear sign that, and I kid you not, an Amazon order a day was arriving. An Amazon order a day, that is obscene. This was a sign to me. The Amazon orders have to stop. Now, I'm honest on this podcast. I have not stuck to this very well. In fact, today alone, I have ordered 2 things off Amazon. If we include last night, 3. Last night, I did an emergency overnight prime order of gluten-free flour to arrive at 4 a.m, which was a fucking terrible decision, may I just say, because that set the dogs off. And then we were awake at 4 a.m. But I overnighted gluten-free flour off Amazon. Today, I have ordered this little spaceman. I mean, for fuck's sake. He's like an astronaut, and he does like star projectors on the ceiling, because I was like, that looks fun. I'm sure Leo would love that. So let's order that. And I've also ordered a book. Like, I know books are in, but I order books at a rate faster than I read them. I really, really do. And I have tried, Lord knows I have tried to pull back on the ordering of the books, but I can't. If I see a good book, that shit is in my cart so quickly, okay? But let this be a line in the sand. Let this be a recommitment. I am going to stop ordering random shit on Amazon. I am going to stop hitting every link that I see. I will keep you updated with how this goes, because so far I haven't stuck to it very well. What else is out? What else is not hot in 2024? Netflix. Yeah. I made a bold declaration. I actually made this declaration in November. I was at a retreat in Tulum, and I realized there's some really epic shit I want to do with my life, and I don't have enough time to do it all, because I want to do all this epic shit in my business, and I want to be a really present friend, wife, mom, okay? And I want to chill out. I am not in my season where I'm working at 10 p.m. at night. No, fuck that. I am not in the season, honestly, where I work once Leo's down in bed. I'm a projector. All that does is burn me out, and then the next day I'm useless, okay? So I want chill out time. I want to be present, but I also want to do the most fucking epic shit I've ever done with my life. And I was like, something's got to give here. And when I went through and audited my life and how I was spending my time, and I really recommend you do this if you're thinking I'm short on time, there's so much that I want to do, I realized a place where my time was going that wasn't adding anything to my life was Netflix. Now, I wasn't an avid Netflix watcher anyway. We were watching anything between like 20 minutes to an hour in evening. It wasn't crazy. But I realized that 20 minutes to an hour in the evening was time I could either be talking or, quite frankly, having sex with my husband. It was time that I could be spending maybe not working, but doing like an online course or watching a webinar. Depends how activating it would be. But like, depending on what it was, I could be doing that. I could be doing some breath work. I could be reading a book because reading books are in, or I could be having a bath and just feeling so fucking blissed out and restored that the next day I get up and I feel good. So Netflix is out. It was taking away my time. It wasn't fulfilling me. Do I miss it? Honestly, yes. There are times where I'm like, my tank is empty. I just want to watch something. But I'm sticking to it so far. I'm sticking to it. We'll see when Love Island comes around. Love Island is my secret kryptonite. And I kind of love Love Island because it's maximum an hour a night. Like, you know, they really limit it for you. So we'll see. But so far, Netflix is out and I'm feeling really good for it. Jake's loving it as well. Yeah, the only exception that we're making is a film on the weekend every now and again. So I recently watched Wish. I've already talked about this. Like, it's amazing. The Disney film. Yes, the Disney film. No, my son was not watching it. It was just me and Jake. I keep playing the soundtrack. So yeah, that's feeling really good. Less TV. What else is not hot for 2024? Anything that I don't truly love. This sounds so basic, and yet it has got so many layers to it. When I say anything that I don't love, I mean this in every part of my life. Like, I am not eating a meal that I don't love. Like, I am not wasting the fucking calories on it. I am not taking trips that don't feel like a full body fuck yes. I am not doing tasks in my business that I, quite frankly, don't enjoy anymore, okay? I am really focusing on doing things that feel replenishing, doing things that give me energy, doing things that fill me the fuck up. And I am applying that upgrade to every single layer of my life. I'm not wearing clothes that I don't feel nice in. I am not maintaining friendships that don't feel good. Like, just on every level, I'm fucking over it. So anything that I don't love, it gets to go. It gets to go. The other thing that we're putting in the bin, or the trash if you're American, for 2024 is controversial opinions. Now, look, I sometimes give a controversial opinion, but I don't mean for it to be controversial. I'm just aware not everyone's going to agree with me, and that's okay. But I am so fucking bored of seeing those Instagram posts where it's like, controversial opinion. It is so overdone. And you know what? I don't think it's good for the world, because this way of marketing where we're trying to be divisive, we're trying to get people going in the comments, we're trying to start some wars, like, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. And I feel like half the time people are lying or exaggerating just for the fucking traction on social media. I'm going to say it. I am so done with a controversial opinion. Like, get smarter, do something better. I actually had like a full fucking blown argument with someone on Instagram last year, and this is when I realized I'm so over it. And it was this man. Now, normally I don't pull the man, female, whatever card, but like, I'm going to fucking call it here. It was a fucking man talking about how terrible it is to formula feed your baby. Okay? Like, this is 50 shades of fucked up on so many levels. First of all, because you're a fucking man, you've never breastfed in your life. You have no idea how physically and mentally draining, yes, and fulfilling it can be. Secondly, I know a fuck ton of women who couldn't physically breastfeed, okay? And I know there's amazing things, there's breast milk banks, but not everyone's aware of them, not everyone has access to them. Formula keeps babies alive at that point, okay? Third thing, if you're like me, I couldn't pump, you know? Like, I would literally have been chained to the house for the last 10 months, and that wasn't good for anyone's mental well-being, okay? If I didn't combi feed and give him formula when I was out of the house. And I just think you can't be shaming women for this shit. And the worst thing was, look, I get his opinion. He was basically talking about seed oils being in formula. That is a problem. I do think the food industry, I think the formula companies, they need to do better. I am not doubting that. And I think that is a whole argument there about how fucked up that is. I totally get that. But this guy didn't even have a solution. He didn't have a good suggestion. All he was doing was adding layers of shame and guilt to all these fucking mums who are doing their fucking best. And if you're listening to this and your mum, fucking go you. You have done an amazing job today. I see you. You're incredible. He was just bringing layers of shame with no fucking solution. And that was the point where I was like, I am so over this. This just isn't even helpful. And I felt activated by it. I thought about that stuff for days. I am talking to you about it right now, okay? So I think we just all get to soften, be a little bit more compassionate, recognize, yes, we all have different perspectives. Yes, we all have different views. Yes, there are things that need changing in the world, but putting controversial opinion just to get fucking likes and comments and boost your posts up the algorithm in Instagram, it's not hot. It's not cool. Let's leave it in 2023, okay? The next thing that is out in 2024 is gluten. And again, when I gave my what was hot and what was not list on Instagram, this garnered some comments, you know, and people bought up croissants, and that was a very fair argument. You cannot beat a croissant. And please, I'm here for the gluten-free options. I made gluten-free cupcakes this morning that I told you about. They are so fucking delicious. But there's just some things that need the gluten. And I feel like croissants and bagels are one of them. So I get it. Gluten, fucking delicious. I don't want to give it up. But here's where I'm at. I did a wild health test. I'm totally dedicated to being the most healthy, revitalized, energized version of myself. And I did this wild health test. And in my genes, it said that I was high risk for celiac disease. And I'll be honest with you, I already knew that I don't respond very well to gluten. Like, I get gluten hangovers. If I have been on holiday and I eat gluten 5 days in a row, I am like dragging myself through mud by the end of it. I feel foggy. I feel lethargic. Honestly, I feel quite depressed. Me and gluten were not the bestest of friends, okay? So they showed all these flags for celiac potentially. And when I was speaking to them about my health history, I was allergic to dairy and eggs when I was younger. So I had terrible eczema when I was a kid, and that was from dairy. I grew out of it. And weirdly, eggs gave me an ear infection. I don't know if my mum made this up or added 2 and 2 together and made 5. Like, I'm not knocking her. I don't know. Is that a thing? Who knows? But apparently I was allergic to eggs for a while too. So they suggested that I did an elimination diet, which I am currently on. And I am struggling, okay? Gluten, fine. I actually barely eat gluten these days. Like I said, I fucking love a croissant. There are some things that just taste better with gluten, but I was probably having gluten once or twice a week maximum. We had friends come to our house recently. My parents do this every time they come around as well. They're like, where is the bread? We don't have bread in the house, okay, guys? We just don't have it. Like, I have chickpea pasta, we do all the things. The gluten I can deal with. But I am missing eggs so bad. Like, I have eggs for breakfast every single morning with a bit of feta, some asparagus on the side, and I am missing them, and I am missing cheese, I'm missing dairy. I feel like I've spoken about this before, and if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry, but the feelings are real. So I'm hoping that actually dairy and eggs are in. I'm hoping they're hot for 2024. I'm hoping when I reintroduce them, I don't have any reactions, and that's a goer. But the gluten intake has to dramatically reduce. And I'm going to be honest with you. I cannot tell you I will not eat gluten at all for the rest of this year, because I tell you what, if you ever go to Miami, the Edition Hotel, this is so random, but trust me on this, the Edition Hotel croissants are like nothing you have ever tasted in your life. And if you're in Tulum, go to Italdo, get a latte. They do delicious coffee. A latte with an almond croissant. Best almond croissant in the world. I'm telling you now. And if my global tour of croissants isn't telling you that I need a little bit of gluten in my life, I don't know what is. But we're not going to have it on multiple days. We're not going to have it often. We're going to feel good. We're going to feel good and fucking gluten-free, okay? We're in the gluten-free era. And then I think the last thing that's not hot for 2024 is self-doubt. And I'm just going to put this out there. Fuck being humble. okay? I feel like, and this is really for my Brits in particular, I feel like that as Brits, we're really taught to be humble. And sometimes we see the Americans really owning just how fucking incredible they are. And we're like, who the fuck do they think they are? That is very much, I feel like, the British mentality towards owning how fucking amazing you are. Fuck it. Fuck being humble, okay? Own how fucking amazing you are. Own your shit, own your talents, own the things that you've done incredibly. Sure, know where you need to work on stuff. Sure, bring a beginner's mindset. Sure, know there are things that you always get to improve on. But like, let yourself have that confidence. Let yourself have that sparkle. Let yourself realize how fucking amazing you are and take that confidence and go after the things that you desire. Because if you haven't already, read The Last Arrow and you will know, like, you just got to give life all you've got. You got to ride the fuck out of life, okay? So fuck being humble, fuck self-doubt. This is all, 2024 is all about owning your gifts, owning your talents, and going out there and just going after it. So this is the upgrade for you. This is my what's hot. This is my what's not. I want to hear from you guys. What's in, what's out, what's hot, what's not? What are you taking to 2024? What are you leaving behind? Let me know what's on your guys' list. And I want to hear from you as well. So message me if you have dilemmas. On Friday, we have the wind down. I'm going to be answering your questions, answering your dilemmas. And like I said, give yourself some karma today. Go and review the podcast. Let us know what you're loving. And then I will be sending you my course, Design Your Soul Yes Life, for free. If that's not a fucking win, I don't know what is. For free. Thank you so much for joining me today. Take a screenshot, share, let me know what you love. Join us on Instagram. I'm sending you so much love, so much joy, so much abundance. I hope 2024 is the best fucking year of your life.